it's easier to see their impact. That's also a certainty. But before we can go too deep into the details of discussing this one, we are going to be straight into the action. The action will speak for us. Actions are louder than words, seemingly. 2 frags made by Luminosity just straight away. So the Palace push there. This is just Luminosity things here, just getting the Palace push, getting themselves in these aggressive positions, and actually meeting the T's in this instance. Liquid actually going towards A, and largely they will be wiped out. Luminosity with the first round. On the CT side, CT favored map, and if you get to start with a good economy as well, that just makes it all the worse for these T's. And especially considering that Liquid did not get a bomb plant, that is going to make life rather annoying due to the fact that, I mean, we'll see, you know, actually, will they go for the force buy? Okay, now they are force buying. Yeah, so they're going to go for the force buy, and then there's one eco, and then before they can actually buy weapons. There's a lot of rounds for a team like Luminosity to build a lot of money, and playing the force buy on the T side, not amazingly simple when you're playing a team like Liquid, but Liquid's Hiko to pick up the first kill there. Won't get a tag in. That looked like that should have been a tag, but no tag, in fact, onto Luminosity from the Scout. So that's going to be a little bit annoying. Scout will be picked up, and the bomb will go down. So the bomb is going down here, and this is a winnable round all of a sudden for Liquid. They managed to find their way into that A-bomb site. Now it's going to be time to see whether Luminosity can retake this. Was that a tag? I think it was. Dirty stuff there with the Scout from Fallen. Only one player of these 3 has armor, so they are very vulnerable. This should be a retake here for Luminosity, but for Liquid to get it this far already is very surprising.
TikTok, the clock continues, and they will have time to defuse the bomb here. But I was getting a bit worried for the side. But indeed, the defuse comes in. 3 players surviving for Luminosity, and Fallen will drop the Scout, pick up the hot rod, or the hot rod, as Cutler's is named, presumably because of Miss Harvey, French speaking. The hot rod. Find it quite hilarious, actually. Anyway, Liquid going to be on their 3rd round with the pistols once again. No nades for the side. Again, something I always like to see. More nades, less pistols, if need be, in a round like this. Try and get a bomb plant. Try and get yourself extra money so you can have the nades to go for those superior executes in the coming rounds. Playing the pick side of Liquid side at the moment, and we can't expect much to be had from what remains of the T's.
There are a lot of teams that actually would have just fully bought here in Liquid's position, because they killed 2 players in the previous round and got a bomb down. I don't think they invested fully because some of the players didn't even have Kevlars. So Liquid's money should actually be pretty decent. Yeah, that's enough to actually go with a, let's say, you know, set piece with Tech 9 armor, which is very scary. And that would immediately mean that Luminosity could potentially just lose the round and get reset straight away. So there are some teams that would have done that off of the last round, but Liquid have decided instead of that option, they will go with the guaranteed AK buy with a lot of nades in the next round. And
that's mad cheeky.
And this is a pretty good cleanup from Luminosity. Losing no players, definitely needed after the last round for their economy. And here we go, the AWP on to Kusta. And there was a lot of fanfaring with Kusta, a lot of hype around Kusta, and a lot of people, you know, felt like, you know, he was the promised player, James, to restore balance.
Overhype, in my opinion,
to the North American scene,
which isn't a comment on his skill, but it's just, you know, the measurement was against weaker teams, which is not much of a measurement.
And this is definitely the point. Will Kusta be able to perform consistently at the top level? We shall see. This is a good test. This aggression here from Luminosity will certainly be eating away at the offense here for Liquid. Liquid had any plan, it's been completely decimated, as it's just Kusta left now. This is not a good position to be in, and he will get eliminated. So that looks a little bit too easy there for Luminosity, that mid-aggression.
Yeah, let's see how it continues. For the Liquid side in the coming rounds, they are going to be back on eco once again. So Luminosity going to be off to a fabulous start, Dan, a fabulous start. A dazzling start, if you will.
I would rather not.
I wouldn't go as far as to say spectacular, but if we make it to 7-0, then perhaps it will be spectacular then. But for now, dazzling will do. A sparkling start.
Radiant, iridescent.
Irradiant and iridescent don't really have the same ring to it as. Like,
sorry, radiant, not irradiant. Radiant.
Dazzling and sparkling, but We are nerds after all day. So this time we have the smokes and flashes. Well, the smokes and smokes and flashes plural on the Liquid side. So I want to see what their plan is here. It's quite the delayed one. Because again, they could have gone for this on the third round to try and get their extra money in. It hasn't really worked out for the side. Molotovs will be their reckoning. I don't know if that second smoke was supposed to hit the rim of the roof there.
I think it was.
Because they're so slow, like, you know, especially when you don't have armor and you're going to get wrecked by a Molotov.
It's just like the pillar or short or Edward smoke, whatever you want to call it. But well, they went in. Obviously, they went in way before it popped, so that's not necessarily good. I mean, because it landed where it's supposed to, right?
But my point is, it takes so long to bloom and telegraphs their situation that when they do it on an eco, they are going to get wrecked by counter Molotovs, which they would be forced to run through.
James, you know how hard that jump is to do consistently?
Yes, I do. I can barely jump on the breeze blocks in CPL consistently.
Nice.
Never mind over to that position.
Yeah, that's a great. That's awesome to see. You've got a high degree of movement skill required to do it. You see JW actually doing stuff like that when he can for Fnatic, but that's a pretty hard counter to that smoke.
Oh, the timing for Cold Zero. He's got to be ruining that, and he can't really go for the repeat, but he can. Let's see, what nades has he got? Cold. Okay, he's only got a flash and 2 smokes, so he can't really do anything in that situation. If there's an upper towards chair, you can throw a HE over the bricks, and they basically don't see it coming, and that's 50 HP guarantee. The Dren goes down. Obviously, you can Molotov them off the position as well if you want to go for the repeat. But with a player on short, which he saw, then you are susceptible to being flashed and peeked, so he couldn't do that had he the Molotovs. Man advantage for the Luminosity side at the moment. So we have Hiko over towards A, 3 Ts towards the B bomb site. You have to wonder, are they going to go through underpass or are they going to make a commitment? It seems Kusta may be playing for the pick. With the bomb, no less. Taco's holding a nade in his hand. He's only got a flash, which explains what it is. So it seems Hiko may try to pull off the rotation. 2 CTs on the sights here and 3 Ts pushing on the angle. Ooh, shot missed there onto Kusta. Taco, oh, the timing, just jumps into the window, out of range. No scope there from Kusta. Will take Taco down. So far, so good, although there's man advantage now with the leash going down. And again, Hiko well out of position. Nobody to kill, running into short.
Wow. Can't even get the bomb down, and Hiko is left with nothing to do. The luck from Hiko is his team dies, so it's not much to do.
Yeah, he's like, I'm here, guys.
He was there to do his job, but well, it's you know, it's a desperate situation when Kusta has the AWP and he has to plant the bomb in some smoke. That's when you know it's desperate. It's a nice cognizant play from Cold to actually just shoot him just in the nick of time in the smoke to prevent the bomb from going down. That would have been really nice. I mean, that would have been the AK for Kusta instead of being on a Tech9 perhaps, or maybe he's just wanting the Tech9, leaving some money in the bank potentially later for the AWP. That's also a possibility. I don't know, but the push on shorts. This is tentative stuff here. Will Luminosity feel this push in this cold day? He'll get smoked away. But Luminosity will probably feel exactly what's being done right now. This mid-control take from Liquid is looking quite good though. Nitro picks up 2 kills in fact, and that's going to be a rough situation for Luminosity. Now trying to sprint to this retake, scrambling in fact, and Falling can't get anything with the AWP. 3 versus 4.
It's tougher, the CTs. They might have to save here because their only avenue of attack is CTA. Although, it depends on how much money they have in the bank. They've got a lot actually, so it's about damage. They can just continue to go for this. Well, the only issue now is that they have 2 AWPs on the remaining 2 players, and they may not want to drop any AWPs for the opposing force. So, it seems they may just... Well, the flank's coming in actually. So, Elite should get a free kill here, indeed he will. And I'm sure an AWP will be saved for Kusta in the next round. Elite will steal one away.
I wonder actually if Luminosity went for like that, the way that they blew up the first round, which was a buy versus buy, was by going aggressively on middle, and they basically shut down the round straight away. That would be a counter or an attempt at a counter to the aggressive or well, the middle take of Liquid essentially. But by giving up middle in the way that they did, they definitely opened the avenue to attack into that connector, and Liquid seemed to execute that very well, at least in that round. Perhaps a missed shot or something from Luminosity. Didn't see exactly some of those engagements, but it looks like they might go for something similar now. Just pushing up towards connector. Nitro's in there. This is a very fast timing. Luminosity must need to be aware of this, otherwise they're going to get caught off guard by this very fast double-pronged attack into the A bomb site.
Yeah, I believe they're watching it with an AWP from CT spawner, which Kusta has just shut down. So Luminosity had a certain plan. Now that's failed. They are very exposed in this situation. Although the frags are flying in for FNX here on the A bomb site. Adren and Hiko are all that remains here. Numbers evened up now. The bomb's still in control of the T's. There are smokes down on the site, but the T's are a bit exposed for the plant. You can see Fallen is waiting for the cross, should there be one. But the plant comes in for default, so no cross required. Problem for the T's is it makes it really hard for them to defend the bomb compared to it being planted on triple, in which they would need to cross. So Adren is stuck in the corner now. Hiko in the palace. There is a Molotov onto Taco, and smokes, and HEs, so there's a lot they can do. Smoking off Palace, and Molotov comes into 5 boxes, and Adren will be isolated, punished, taken down. Hiko coming out and going back into the smoke. Trades will happen, and Luminosity will take the round. It was an expensive round, they did buy double ups again, but they will go back to winning ways, 7-1.
Yeah, absolutely. Resetting Liquid somewhat, but as you said, a lot of damage was accrued by Luminosity, so that will eat away at their money. And with the bomb plant down as well, there's enough in the coffers for Liquid to get in another strong buy. And I do wonder if they will just go for that that play quickly into middle again. It has been working out. I mean, that was a round that they very well could have won. They put themselves in good positions that were potentially favorable to win the round. So there's no reason not to give it another go, force Luminosity to adjust. But the problem is that if they lose this round, then their money is going to be very screwed indeed, and that's pretty much a 9-1 at that point. And that's scary. If Luminosity get to 9-1, that's very scary.
There's a coach on the server. It looks like a Danish flag, maybe a Swiss flag. That's a Danish flag. Bumblebee. I'm not familiar myself. If anyone has any info on that, you're more than welcome to tweet us.
To step forward.
Step forward and be known. Be counted. So, aggressive angles as per usual from Luminosity towards A ramp, no smokes necessary. Liquid seem to be rotating in that direction as well. You can see Hiko slowly clearing out the palace. Not much information for the Luminosity side, not being aggressive in this particular round, so they will just have to react once the push starts to come in. Again, we have the double AWP set up for the CTs, falling over towards connector, so the A defense should be strong as... Well, we'll see if Adren comes into the underpass to move into mid a bit later on. But again, there is also presence on short from the CT. So right now, I would expect this would be a good hold from Luminosity.
Absolutely. First peak found. And Luminosity are taking this quite slow. We know them for their aggression on A, but so far they're up, giving it a little bit of a slow pace. And now they're letting the push come, of course. But it's likely going 9-1 here.
I feel like Fallen becomes a stronger AWPer every time I watch him play.
He's a bold AWPer, that's for sure.
Fast play towards short gets shut down, and there's only 2 plays left here on this eco, and that's a good clean-up for the CT side. So a very fast round here from Luminosity. What do Liquid have to offer? It looks like we have a tactical pause coming in with an 8-round deficit for Liquid. 5 rounds remain. What are they doing wrong there?
Well, the thing is that you have to give them credit for their mid rounds actually, because in a lot of their mid rounds, they've been getting control of middle, and from the plays they've made into A, those have been very close. Those are going to retake scenarios, but generally speaking, I don't know if it's so much what are they doing wrong, is that Luminosity are doing a lot right as well. So I can't answer your question specifically.
So it's more about Luminosity just being too strong on the map?
I think Luminosity are playing really good right now.
Making the least mistakes, if you will.
Yeah. I mean, Liquid have not been afforded that many opportunities. Let's not forget that they did lose the pistol round. So in reality, they haven't actually played many buy rounds, like proper buy rounds. As far as, and what that also means is that we haven't seen a wide range of strategies, or possibility for a wide range of strategies for Liquid. They've had few opportunities, and some of them have been quite close. Again, 2 very close rounds with mid, the mid into A. But we'll have to see how it goes. The thing is, you have to also respect the aggression towards A that Luminosity often play with. I mean, Fur is so notorious for just running around in Palace or Slope with an MP9 and just doing things that are ridiculous, but he just pulls them off somehow.
We've actually seen FNX playing Slope today, and Fur's been concentrating on Palace. Although Fur's picked up the MP9 now, which indeed suggests that perhaps he is going back towards. So, but it's good that Luminosity are mixing things up and not just staying with Old Faithful, because then you get solved.
Yeah.
And then you have to change things by being reactive as opposed to proactive, which is when you lose tournaments. Just for those of you who are just joining us, the maps are Mirage, Dust 2, Overpass, Luminosity banned Cash, Liquid banned Train, Luminosity picked Mirage, Liquid picked Dust 2, which Luminosity have been playing a lot of recently, actually. Yeah. So are 2-0s possible? We'll have to wait and see. Yeah, first they have to get the 1-0.
That's a great map for Liquid, but it is encouraging for a Luminosity fan that they have been going to Dusty quite a lot. So let's see if this MP9 is going to work out for Fer, or if it will be avoided almost entirely. Looks like Fallen's going to be in the the Palace there, picks up the kill onto Hiko, and they will kind of allow the T's to push into the side, basically.
What T's down? They're all dead.
Just Nitro, he emerges from Connector, but that's okay because the rest of his teammates were slaughtered in the meantime. So
it seems we have some funky setups here from Luminosity with regards to Connector, with regards to A. Like, they've given Liquid Connector in multiple ways. Previously they had a sniper, I presume, on the toll booth looking into Connector with 3 on A, and they just left Connector open. That time, by the time the T started running into running into Connector, trying to flank jungle, they were getting shot from Palace and vice versa. So I thought to myself, the guys on A are really vulnerable here because there's nobody CT to cover them from Connector, but they have a sneaky setup, and Fer is just what a nuisance. He's like, I'm here with a MC9. Oh no, I'll run out of bullets. It's almost like a Warner Brothers cartoon from the 90s, Dan. He's just charging in there.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. That's one of the benefits of having him on the MP9, is the fact that he can just do these crazy info plays. And information is so worth having. And if you can find a way where it doesn't impact your economy too much to take a risk like that, and having the MP9, of course. And sometimes Fer just kills everyone. Sometimes that actually just happens, even if he's against rifles. It's ridiculous. So yeah, Fer is like, he is the information master, running around with the clipboard. And 11-1, James, this is looking like an incredibly fast map 1 potentially. If Liquid can't win the CT pistol, they are screwed. They're completely screwed.
Indeed they are. So 3 ops, 2 of which are on the CT side again for the Luminosity team. So you've got those, you've got Liquid's defaults here, but again, look, we've seen, I mean, Luminosity, you could say, are slightly in Virtus Pro mode to a degree, where now they're turning things up. They've abandoned Connector for repeated times, and now they've got 3 guys in mid.
It's not quite looking like the Mirage we saw in the semi-final, is it, of the major?
Yeah, I mean, how do a very good point, Dan. How do Liquid even know what to do against a team that are just playing like this? How do you react? You have no idea what's going on.
It is definitely tough, and Elige losing so much health is a little bit annoying. And that smoke is going to collide with one of the T's in the apps. And that is going to shut down the picking opportunities. And they've gone to this previously. We saw that Liquid did try to kind of execute into the B bomb site previously. You noted the slow smoke that dropped into the Edward or pillar position that covers short, so that the T's can entry into the B bomb site more easily. And the reason why, part of the reason why that whole push didn't go a little bit better is because they put Kuster as a responsible player to get the pick with the AWP, but he wasn't able to find it. Luminosity were good at denying that. And this round is an interesting one because we have a player top mid here for the CTs. They have a lot of info towards the map, but they don't seem to necessarily know what's going on just yet.
Oh, but Liquid had a great opportunity because there's only one person over towards the B bomb site, but they are rotating into A. They've taken down a top mid lurk, but now they're getting shut down from Connector. The good old Connector that they thought would be empty has an AWP firing straight through it, leaving Kuster alone versus 4. Now we can't really judge him for his performance so far because he's not getting an opportunity to play because his whole team are getting wrecked here. Double peak comes out for the Brazilians and we go to 12-1.
Yeah, on top of that, we've seen many times too that it can be difficult for some teams to have strategies that really enable an AWPer on the T side of Mirage.
Yeah, I think Dignitas often go with no AWP on T side of Mirage.
Yeah, Dignitas used to have this style of play from MSL where it was very focused around connector control, very focused around very fast rifle and dynamic rifle play, which is really cool to see. It's quite unique, actually. MSL's, I think, is a great leader. But we shall see if Liquid will make something of this mid take. They have been able to take mid away, but as soon as they start to get into sights, they get cut down by the defense, and Cold, he's waiting, he's salivating. But perhaps he won't get a chance to munch on any Liquid players just yet, as the frags are going to his teammates. Ooh, that nade is going to be strong. That's a big chunk of damage onto Adren. 4 versus 2 now, and Liquid can't even get out of mid this time.
I don't know how they can even understand the setup of Luminosity from round to round here. He's got CPL being abandoned, jumping into the window, two man on short, which is great because if you have an AWP on short, you can hold the corner. If he runs back and you're pushing short, then the ladder room is going to take you down. Luminosity are so good on Mirage. I mean, it's just crazy how much detail they've looked into. That is an absurd kill from Hiko, but he's going to need a lot more than that, trying to pre-fire all the spots here. But surely the double peak is inevitable in this spot. 45 seconds remaining, and down goes first. So Hiko's going to have to try and clutch it for his team. He is miles away from the bomb, however. So he's just waiting for the CTs to serve themselves up. Smoke going down into connector. There we go. Hiko will be finished off by Taco. 13-1. Liquid getting shut down like one of those illegal handbag stores on the streets of New York then.
Yeah, you know, one cool thing about maps like this, I talked about it before a little bit. When you've got a map which you can do a lot of creative things on the CT side as well as the T side. Teams like Luminosity, teams like NIP, teams like Na'Vi, these teams that are very, very tactical get to have so many more edges because they actually get to really play some Counter-Strike on both sides instead of just being reactive all the time. And we've got the auto sniper on Taco. I wonder if we'll get to see it in use. I think it's probably towards B, and Fallen's going to be the guy laying into the Liquid side. Taco rotating quickly with that auto sniper, but Fallen so far not getting much more, and Liquid will actually be able to take the side, but at some cost.
Yeah, FNX has been busy taking down Adren, so there's a two-man advantage despite this fast play here from Liquid. Hiko trying to jump in, but the snipers are coming in to shut things down. So Kusa and Nitro getting aggressive there. They didn't get a single frag, Dan. They did not get a single frag. I mean, that was a bit of a masterclass from Luminosity. There was, how do you counter that CT side on that map? That was insane.
Well, I don't know, James. I don't know.
They did so many different things.
Yeah,
but the way they played connector was a bit of a mind fudge if you are on the T side.
It's fun actually because a very, very long time ago, way back when.
Is it story time, Dan?
When Virtus Pro were really good on Mirage. I mean, they had this style of play where a lot of the time on the CT side, they would often play quite low eco. They wouldn't really feature much in the way of AWP. They would often abandon middle, but what they would do is they would allow the Ts often to take connector and short, but they were somehow so good at stopping options back then. Well, maybe just because teams were just worse back then, I'm not sure, but that's one of the ways that Virtus Pro were able to play this map. They gave up connector, but they were able to shut teams down when they made plays out of it somehow. And to some extent, you see a little bit of that being mixed in, as you noted with Luminosity here, and that depth, that range of play that they have is very hard to deal with. And here we go. We've got Luminosity now on this pistol. Will they make it a 16-1? It's so possible. But will Liquid hang on here by the skin of their teeth with a pistol round win? We do have a bit of a split here for the Luminosity players. Two players who could be going towards underpass. But it looks like Luminosity will go back here, perhaps expecting somebody to push Palace. And Leech is actually thinking about it now. Just holding the angle. Ooh, this is interesting. Are they walking Palace now? Oh, this is so interesting. Leech is going to spot this. And here we go, the first engagement. Contact. Oh, wow. The snap. See you later, Leech.
They haven't shown the bomb yet. Look at this. The mind games are unreal. Look at the players moving into B. This is honestly the sickest map of Mirage I think I've ever seen. This is absolutely ridiculous. Liquid are being pulled from pillar to post. They have no idea what's going on. They have no idea what to do. And how possibly could they? Luminosity they start creeping into B. They see no one into A. They see no one facing them. They smell a rat. They come around and kill the rat in Palace. And then they put two people walking into the B bomb site. This is ridiculous, Dan.
This is amazing, isn't it? We'll have to see if they can close the round. There are some good after plant positions now due to the fact that they had this round play out in the way that it did. But they have to hit the shots at this point. And Fallen's even covering the underpass. But I think all the steps on short will be heard. This is actually kind of dangerous because trade fragging is very hard with these after plant positions. Ooh, Cold getting a nice one there as well. That's the second for him. And so far looking good here for Luminosity. Again, Cole's angle being very, very decisive, but actually it's all down to Cole now in the 1 versus 4. Adren does not have a kid. I'm not sure if there's one on the side actually for him to pick up. He's in a lot of trouble right now. The time is truly against Adren. And Cole looks like he's surely got this one now. Even if the frag is made, there's no time. And Cole picks up the 4K and Luminosity claim the pistol round. And it was very, very calmly played by them.
I am actually lost for words at the. I mean, it's one thing. It's one thing to you know, to have the senses to kind of make those plays in reaction to a lack of to the lack of information from the CT side. But it's another thing to trust your senses and go with that and make those decisions. That's what makes a championship team.
And it's funny as well because we have all the information. So for us, it's like easy to see all this stuff, but they don't obviously have that.
Exactly.
You're basically making a lot of guesses in your mind, and you have like a mental map of what's going on. But now it's going to be the force buy of Liquid. Desperately trying not to get 16-1s would not be a good way to go into their map to just have been 16-1s. So we shall see what they're able to do. But of course, they're on the reactive side, the CT side. You can make, as I mentioned previously, one of the reasons why a team like Luminosity can be so good on this map is because they can be very creative on both sides. You can always create a play as the CTs on Mirage. That's why it can be a very fun map to play and watch. And but so far, Liquid are taking it quite easy, waiting for Luminosity to do something. Not really doing anything. Early in the round, just trying to protect themselves to deflect any early round aggression that could be found from Liquid. But Liquid have played it passively, and now Luminosity, they've burned enough time. They realize it is time to push into a site, and there are 3 players here.
They are almost in position for a triple peak on CT. There is a sneaky position actually, but at the time of the place, it gets to. Oh, and Kusta unlucky not to get a headshot there. Now the plays have been seen. Oh, this nade is going to be money. Fur and FNX are heavily tagged now. No kills for Luminosity just yet. They need to start streaming in soon because the full rotation is coming in from the CTs. Cold is on short though. And I don't think he's been spotted just yet. There it is. Elige gets taken down, leaving Hiko and Nitro alone. And now it's just Hiko. Although he could do this because all the players are heavily tagged. Cold would survive a shot from the scout unless he's very unlucky. There goes Taco. More to find here. 40 HP, and that's going to be that 16-1.
Wow.
Not only one of the most dominant performances I've ever seen on Mirage, but just absolute perfect, unbelievable levels of play from Luminosity.
They've dropped only a single map so far in their 7-win streak. I think that's the first 16-1 we've seen as well in the league in its entirety. I don't think we've seen another 16